Hello everyone, I'm Broughy1322 and in this video I want to talk a little bit about YouTube Red and also how YouTubers earn money from YouTube. And this is something that honestly I don't think gets covered all that much. It's not something that I've generally seen talked about, and there's always that general party line that YouTubers shouldn't talk about how much they earn and all that kind of stuff for terms and conditions or various reasons. But I've never personally explicitly been told that or seen that or read that, and I think it could be just something to protect people's backs because nobody really likes talking about how much money they earn from something, whether it's a real job as well and you're talking with other people. It's kind of a, money in general is a bit of a taboo subject, but I'm going to completely forget about all of that, screw it, and I'm going to talk freely and openly about how people on YouTube earn money from YouTube. And although I'm going to use a hypothetical figure for the amount of money specifically, all of the figures that I'm going to use in this video to explain where the money goes and how much people earn comes directly from my own analytics for the month of September. So I'm going to explain it, go through it all. I was going to just make this a random commentary and put some gameplay on like I normally do, but I'm going to instead just talk to you guys. I felt the personal touch was a little bit better for this, and I'll try to put some annotations on the screen and some explanation as I go through. So I've got all the information here on the screen ready for me to talk to you guys. So the thing that most people will probably know, also I'll come back onto YouTube Red at the later on in the video, but it's important to explain how YouTube actually works for those of you who don't know, and go a bit more into detail about it. So how YouTube works is that advertisers pay YouTube to put adverts on videos. So the pre-roll ads that you see before videos, or you might see some ads during videos as well. Advertisers pay YouTube to put that advert there. Now YouTube takes, I think the correct amount is 45% of that amount. So they take 45% of everything that advertisers pay them, and the other 55% goes to the YouTuber. But most YouTubers are also with a multi-channel network, which basically helps you out in terms of, some of the music that I've had on some of my recent videos have come from my channel, which is my multi-channel network, which is Curse, being partnered with a few music production companies that basically, there's a partnership there that allow me to use that music without any risk of copyright or anything like that. Also, my custom URL that I got, I don't know how long ago it was now, maybe about a year ago, youtube.com/Broughy. I didn't always have that. They helped me to get that. So they help out with those sorts of things, and they manage the adverts that go onto your videos and all that kind of stuff to make them more relevant and all that kind of thing. So they take a certain portion of that 55% that YouTube sends the YouTubers' way. So basically YouTube gives that 55% that they're not taking for themselves to the multi-channel network. The multi-channel network then takes a certain portion of that 55% and then gives the rest to the YouTuber. Now multi-channel networks take various different amounts. Mine takes 5%, but the multi-channel network that I was with when I first started doing YouTube took 40%. So there are various different things. I'm not sure exactly what the standard going rate is now for multi-channel networks, but they take various different amounts. But ultimately, I'll be working with my own figures, so they would take about 5% in my own personal case. Now, advertising revenue is all based on CPM, which stands for cost per meal, and that is basically Latin for cost per thousand. So CPM means how much an advertiser pays per 1,000 views that they get for that advert. So the standard going rate, and this is kind of the hypothetical figure that I'm going to be including. Again, this is something that is just to sort of cover my own back in case there are terms and conditions about saying how much you actually earn on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But this isn't too far removed from the truth. Sometimes it will be higher than this figure, sometimes it will be lower than this figure based on the time of the year and things like that. But the standard CPM is $3. So that's what I'm going to be using throughout the course of this video for all the figures, but all of the rest of the figures are going to be from my personal analytics directly from YouTube. So $3 CPM, what does that mean? That means that every 1,000 views that I get, I'll earn $3. Again, hypothetical figure. So breaking that down even further, that means that I earn 0.3 of a cent per view. So if you have ads enabled and you watch 4 of my videos with ads enabled, you will give me 1 cent. If you watch, 400 of them, you'll give me $1. That's how this basically works. Approximately, anyway. So, as you can imagine, it takes quite a lot of views to earn big amounts of money. And this is part of the reason why I want to put this video out there, because I think a lot of people, especially maybe younger guys, think that they can start a YouTube channel and start earning decent money straight away. It's not the case, as I'm about to show here. So in September, for the entire month of September, my view amount were 354,634 views. So if based on getting 0.3 cents per view, that would bring my total to $1,064 for the month of September. So based on the amount of views that I got, I should have earned $1,064 in September based on a $3 CPM, which is about average. But that's not necessarily the case, because, and I can find this out from the analytics as well, this is all again directly from YouTube, of those 350,000 views, 96,629 of them were monetized, which basically means that the other 200,000 of them, 250,000 of them, weren't monetized. And how do you not monetize a video? Ad block. So basically 27% of my views were monetized because advertisers aren't going to pay if an advert isn't shown. So they're only going to pay for a view if an advert is shown before that view. Now, that means that approximately 73% of the people who watch my videos use ad block. So that's quite a high amount. There's probably other ways and means to not show advertisements, but ad block is obviously the main one. So 73% of my total views were not monetized, didn't show ads because the majority of those people were using ad block. So that means that, again, based on this $3 CPM, again, 0.3 cents per view, that brings the total amount that I would have made in September to $290 from 1,064, which equates to about £190 or about €260 for those of you in different areas. So it's not a lot, when you consider I've had 350,000 views, but because only 27% of those were monetized, because 73% were choosing to use ad block, so didn't see the adverts. That means that I earned $290, about $300, which for 350,000 views, I think a lot of people may be expecting that for 300,000 views, you'd be earning a little bit more money than that, but that's not the case. Now, this is also, because it's all based on views, this is why you sometimes see some, let's say, maybe some unscrupulous YouTubers, maybe GTA 5 YouTubers possibly as well, that we may all know, put out, say, 4 videos when one may do. So for me, for example, I'll create a 30-minute long video discussing a DLC for GTA, whereas other YouTubers may put up 5 different videos about 5 different topics relating to that DLC, whereas I would just put it all in one video. And the reason that they do that is because that's 5 times as many views, 5 times as much money. All right, so it's as simple as that. The more views that you have, the more money that you get. And obviously, if nobody used ad block on my videos, I'd be earning $1,000 a month based on September. Because people do use ad block, I earn $290. But if you're, say, under the age of maybe 18, you're still at school, you may think that $290 is quite a lot. What are you complaining about? That's good money for making videos on YouTube. for putting video game content on YouTube, that's a lot of money. I would be happy with that. Fair enough, that's reasonable. But let's actually work out how much that really means. So minimum wage in the UK is £6.70 an hour. That is how much the government deems is the minimum amount that you need to be able to earn so that you can live. So you can buy food, you can find somewhere to actually house yourself, buy all the things that you need to basically exist. It's £6.70 an hour. Now, base that on working 5 days a week for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. It's a pretty standard work week in the UK. That ultimately, when it's all said and done, comes out to about £1,100 a month in terms of how much you earn doing a standard job at minimum wage in the UK, which equates to approximately $1,800 since we're working in dollars for this video. So from YouTube, I earn $290 a month. Again, hypothetical figure, can't stress that enough based on that $3 CPM. But minimum wage, if I worked a standard job, I do have a job, I do other things as well, but if YouTube was my only source of income, I'd be earning 6 times less than the minimum wage in the UK. So that's just to put that into a little bit of perspective. It's not a lot, It may be a lot if you don't have anything else to worry about in terms of the amount of money that you need to, your expenditure for living. But it's not a lot overall. Now, let's work out how many views you would actually need to earn minimum wage. And this is bare minimum wage. This isn't talking about getting, Lamborghinis like these bigger YouTubers who do actually earn a lot because they have so many views. I've worked it out, and to earn minimum wage, you would need 600,000 views every month. That's again based on this $3 per 1,000 views. That works out at $1,800 a month if you have 600,000 views. But that's not quite correct, because that's 600,000 monetized views. As I've already spoken about, not all views are monetized, and in my case, only 27% of views are monetized. So when you work that out in terms of how many views you actually need for 27% of those views to equal 600,000, you need 2.2 million views every month to earn minimum wage doing a regular job. Quite a lot. I'm nowhere near 2.2 million views every month, and I would imagine that a lot of YouTubers also aren't. So if you want to earn bare minimum wage from YouTube, you need about 2 million views every month. And that's absolutely bare minimum wage. That's not anything extra. So the reason that I've made this video and done this sort of introduction to it and explained a little bit more about this is to kind of put it into some kind of perspective that really the vast majority of YouTubers out there probably don't make all that much, especially when it comes to using YouTube advertising revenue as a ways and means to fund to live and exist. So that's why you see a lot of other YouTubers do various different things when going to Twitch and advertising on Twitch, or having Twitch subscribers if you're partnered there. That's what I do. Also allowing donations on Twitch, or allowing donations through other means in terms of Patreon. I do all of those things. Just initially it was because people wanted to, and I sort of said, okay, fine, I'll open these things because you guys have asked for them. In the end, it actually does supplement the amount of money that you make from YouTube. YouTube is still, in my personal case, the biggest income amount that I have every month. Whether I get donations or Patreon donations or the amount of money I make from Twitch, none of it over exceeds what I make from YouTube, that sort of $300 mark. So YouTube does remain the biggest thing, but it's smart to diversify and find other ways to make money if you do want to do this as a full-time job. I would love to do this as a full-time job. I would love to be able to do Twitch all the time, make YouTube videos all the time. I'm nowhere near that point, as I've already shown. It's not anywhere close. Throughout the whole history of me making YouTube videos, there's only been one single month where I've earned above minimum wage, and that was the month where I got those 2 big donations on Twitch, which was absolutely incredible. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well, but that's the only month where I've made enough money in that 1 month that I could say that I've earned more than minimum wage, more than that 1,800 minimum wage mark that I talked about earlier. So YouTubers aren't making a lot of money. Now, if you want to support your favorite YouTuber, the best way to do it is, first of all, turn off ad block if it's something that you have on. As I've mentioned, 73% of people who watch my videos use ad block. I totally understand why, don't get me wrong, but if you do actually want to support YouTubers, your favorite ones, doesn't have to be me, but whoever it is, that's the best way to do it. Just whitelist their channel on adblock, so you see those ads 5 seconds, and then you get the video. But then obviously a lot of YouTubers now do have ways to donate, and those are great ways to support YouTubers directly. More of the money goes directly into the YouTuber's pocket. Again, I would never expect it, and I would never ask it from you guys for me. So that's how YouTube works. That's how YouTubers get paid, how they make money from YouTube. You have to have a lot of views to be able to make a lot of money. So what is YouTube Red? That is the second part of this video, the last part. What about YouTube Red has got creators on YouTube worried? And I'm not necessarily one of those, because YouTube isn't my main source of income. It helps, but I do have a job as well. I do other things. So but having said that, if YouTube was my main source of income, which I would love it to be, I would be very worried now as well. So the idea behind YouTube Red is people can pay $10 a month to get exclusive content from PewDiePie and Fine Brothers and a few other sort of original shows, like, for example, that you've seen on Netflix. $10 a month that costs, but you also get no ads. So really, in terms of YouTube Red, the only people who are going to benefit from this are the people who are watching ads at the moment, the people who are already not using ad block. So people who use ad block and don't get ads and don't care about the original content are just going to continue using ad block and not pay that extra money. The people who are actually who actually do watch ads are going to then possibly, not everyone's going to do it, obviously, but they are more likely to start paying for YouTube Red, and then the content creators don't get the funds, the advertising revenue from that, because the advertisements aren't shown. Now, the way that the money works for YouTube Red, the way that that's all dished out is a little bit different to how advertising revenue works. So with adverts, it's all about the number of views, as I've mentioned. The more views, the more money that you get. With YouTube Red, all of that money goes into a big pot, a big pool of money from YouTube Red. YouTube takes, again, 45% of that. 55% goes to the YouTuber themselves, again, with the multi-channel network involved in that. But instead of it being based on view numbers, it's based on watch time. So for someone like me, that might actually be better. If everything was based on watch time, in terms of advertising revenue as well, that would probably be better for me, because you guys who watch my stuff are more likely to watch a 20-minute video of me than, well, or maybe just as likely to watch a 20-minute video that I put out than 4 5-minute videos that other GTA 5 YouTubers, for example, may put out. With it based on watch time, that would be the same. So under normal circumstances, if someone puts out 4 5-minute videos, they'll earn 4 times as much as I would from advertising revenue for my 1 20-minute video. However, with YouTube Red, with the way that it works in terms of watch time, I earn the same amount as those 4 videos from the YouTube Red pot, if you like. So that could actually work out better for me. The reason that people are worried about this is because it's something different. It's a change. It's a change to what people know. People know that if they put out a video and get this many views, they'll get X amount of money there or thereabouts. With YouTube Red, at this point, we just don't know. Content creators don't know how it's going to work out. Okay, so I did always intend this to be sort of a rambling video, but I've probably rambled on a little bit too much, as I always do. But yeah, that's the full story. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to give you guys the information about how YouTube works, how much people earn off YouTube, hopefully bust some myths on that, and try to better explain this whole YouTube Red fiasco and why some content creators are a little bit worried right now. So leave all your thoughts down below. I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say. This video, I'm a little bit nervous about making it, a little bit nervous about putting it up because it's basically putting myself out there. Nobody likes talking about money, but I think it's something that needs to be said, and it's something that needs to be put out there so people know exactly where they stand with the creators who make videos that they love, and hopefully I'm one of those that makes some videos that you enjoy, because I really enjoy making videos for you. So yeah, leave all your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear what you say. Again, as I mentioned before, the Patreon stuff, the ways to donate and support and all that kind of stuff, that's always in the description of my videos, but I would never ever ask you to do that. Certainly, give it to those YouTubers who are possibly trying to, or maybe have just gone full time and are a little bit sort of in more need. All the smaller guys who would really need it. But if you do want to support me, the links are down there if you want to do that. So thank you guys for watching. I know I've rambled on a little bit too long in this, but hopefully it's been an interesting video. Anyway, I really do appreciate your support as always, even just watching my videos, even if you use AdBlock and sharing them around. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, as always, I'll see you next time.